Hello, how are you? Today I want to share one of my father's paintings, this painting. This is a 2001 oil on rice paper painting. It is titled Rue de Arcole. Okay, I hope I pronounced it correctly in French. So it is a street in Paris, France. When he was in Paris in 2001, he was there for 5 months and he stayed in an artist studio, which meant that he had the space to paint. And he really did paint when he was in Paris. He was not just a tourist, he was an artist. So in a day, he would venture around the streets of Paris, looking at streets like this. And at night, when he went back to his studio, he would be painting furiously everything that he saw in the day, so including scenes like these. He painted a lot of street scenes of Paris, and I hope you like the street scenes. I will see you for the next painting. This is the 2001 oil on rice paper painting. It is titled Montmartre before dusk. Okay, I hope I pronounced it correctly. If you have been to Paris, you may have been to Montmartre too. It is a place with a long artistic history where artists used to gather in the past and where you may still see artists now painting on the streets. What is special about this painting is the leaving of white space. So this is white space, which is the actual rice paper itself. It is not painted white. He wanted to emulate the effects of a Chinese ink painting, which is why he painted it on rice paper and leaving white space. What do you feel? Do you like this effect of leaving white space? I have another painting, also of the same place, in a very totally different color palette. Look at the other video and tell me which painting do you like. I will see you for the next painting. This is a 2001 oil on rice paper painting. It is titled Montmartre at Dusk. Okay, I don't know whether I pronounced it correctly, but Montmartre is a place in Paris that is an art district with a long artistic history. What is special about this painting is the color tones. It has a very interesting dark brown, dark green, grey, very earthly color tones, which makes the painting feels very soothing and very comfortable. I also feel that this interesting blend of colors here has a very cinematic feeling. I don't know whether it's because of the subject matter or the colors, but it has a very cinematic feeling to it. I have another painting that is titled Montmartre before dusk. And if you look at the other video, you can compare and see which color palette do you prefer. So I will see you for the next painting. Now this is a painting painted in 2002. It is an oil on paper painting. It is a painting of a street scene in Paris. So this is actually a cafe with outdoor seating. We have some pedestrians and the buildings, and with one building glowing in the light. Now you may ask, why Paris? He was in Paris in 2001 in a residency program under NAFA. So what happens is that NAFA, which is the Nanyang Academy of Fine Arts, had a studio in Paris, and they allowed alumni to stay in the studio for months at some special discounted rates. So he was in Paris for about 5 months, and throughout the 5 months he was there, he painted many paintings of Paris, from paintings of the streets to paintings of the garden to paintings of the rivers, and he just traveled around Paris to paint. This is a painting painted in 2001. It is an oil on paper painting. It is a painting of a street scene in Paris. Now when he was in Paris that time, it was autumn coming to winter, which is why he could paint paintings of these beautiful colors, because the sunlight was changing and different. This is something that is not entirely possible in Singapore, because Singapore is sunny all the time. We are very bright. So in this painting, we can see the beautiful colors of the purple in the ground. The dark green trees have some blue, beautiful blue color in them. And of course, the building here, which is in a beautiful glowing yellow, golden yellow, literally taking all of our attention. This is a 2003 oil on canvas painting. It is a painting of a street in Paris. If you've watched the other videos, you will know that sometimes he paints small paintings, which I call the cute series, to test out the compositions so that if he's pleased with it, he will proceed to paint a bigger version of it. So in this painting here, we have a street with buildings by the side and cars that are lined on the road, leading to a certain point. What is interesting about this painting is also the colours, as we have a red colour car, very green trees, a pink colour building, and a white patch of clouds in the sky. I like this painting and I hope you will like it too. I will see you for the next painting. This is a 2003 oil on canvas painting. It is a painting of a street in Paris. If you have watched the other video, you have also seen another painting of a street in Paris, but the two paintings are very different. First of all, in composition, here we don't have roads that are lined with cars or a lot of buildings by the side. And most important of all is the colour scheme in this painting. The colour tone here is very brown, beige. It's very earthly tones and very different from the bright colours in the other painting. In fact, this is one of the few street scenes in this colour palette. And I really like this colour tone. It gives a very different feeling to the painting, and I feel sometimes it's like in the desert. But it's a very special type of street scene. I hope you like this painting, this colour palette, and I'll see you for the next painting.